Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today is December 5th, 2021. As anyone who is a Disney fan, you may know this, and anyone who's getting into Disney or is only kind of a Disney fan, that's okay, welcome. But also you may not know that December 5th is Walt Disney's birthday. So I thought, to celebrate, that I would tell you 5 fun facts about him. First fun fact. Walt Disney was the original voice of Mickey Mouse. He voiced him for a number of years at the beginning of Mickey's life before other people started voicing him. He never actually drew Mickey Mouse so much. He helped with the original sketches, but his friend Ub Iwerks actually drew Mickey Mouse for the first number of years. They did it kind of in secret at the beginning because they worked for a different company. They didn't have their own company at the time, and they had just lost the rights to another character that they very much loved named Oswald. He was a mouse, a rabbit, sorry. They later got back possession of Oswald, but it took a number of years, and Mickey had become huge at that point. So, Mickey Mouse was their starting point. He first was in a film called Plane Crazy, which was a short film. It's very good, it's very entertaining. Back in the 1920s, and then obviously it's steamrolled from there. Steamboat came from that, I guess. Originally Walt Disney actually wanted to call him Mortimer Mouse, but then his wife said that was not a good name, and she suggested Mickey, actually, I believe, if I recall correctly, and so Mickey Mouse actually came from his wife. But yeah, Walt Disney was the original voice of Mickey Mouse. Fact number 2. Walt Disney holds the most individual Oscars in the world. He has 22 out of the 59 he's been nominated for. My personal favorite is actually an honorary one that he received. When he did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, he got a special one. He got given it to by Shirley Temple, who is someone that I actually closely admire quite a bit, as she was like my childhood. And he received this one that it had one normal Oscar and then 7 individual tiny Oscars. You've probably seen it before, but it makes me really happy because it fits with the film and it's really funny. Fact number 3, we're now just getting into my personal favorite fun facts because this is one of my fun facts about Walt Disney that I love a lot. He was very obsessed with decorating Disneyland. He had a big part in every part of it. He stopped caring about movies and just cared about Disneyland. It just became this thing that he really loved, and he was very desperate to put gold plating on the Sleeping Beauty's castle, which is just so funny to think about because he just put so much detail into everything, and that was something he was very focused on. But his brother told him he couldn't. He told him it was too expensive and it was a terrible idea. And so Walt sent him on a business trip out of town, and while he was out of town, he made it happen. He like had them decorate the castle, which I just find so funny because that is totally something my sister and I would do too. It's just such a brotherly thing. And it's just, a lot of people talk about this fun fact, so I'm sorry if it's not like something you didn't know before, but it's like my favorite fact because it's just such a Disney thing too. Like, you cannot tell him no, you know? Fact number 4. Walt Disney loved trains. He was obsessed with them. You can see it all over the parks. There's a train you can ride. There's the train station at the front. It's just, there's a lot of trains. And he rode the train at Disneyland like every single day. He spent a lot of time there. Everyone knows this, but he had an apartment over the fire station in Disneyland. If you didn't know that, it's super cool. When you go in the parks and you go in that circle, just before you walk down Main Street, just beside, on your left hand side, beside the City Hall, there's this is only my phone interrupted me. Just beside City Hall is a fire station. This is only in Disneyland. There's also a fire station in Disney World, but Walt did not stay there because he died before the production ended of Disney World. So in Disneyland, over the fire station, there is an apartment building. They do tours there like every once in a while, but you can't generally go in there. But there's a light that is always on, and it's for him because he used to stay there. He also used to build a bunch of trains and put them in his office too. I think there's still one there on display. I've personally never been there. I would love to go there, Disney. If you ever want to hit me up, I'd love to take a tour. But I'm pretty sure there's one like in his office still. And he had one in his backyard, which was like a small scale train. I think it's like 1/8 the size of a regular train. But he and his kids used to ride around his backyard in it. He called it, let me check my notes. He called it the Carrollwood Pacific Railroad train. which I just think is very sweet. But yeah, he used to take kids on train rides around his backyard, which is just the cutest thing in the world. And final fact number 5. And this is again a personal favorite fact of mine. I love this fact a lot, but Walt Disney loved the song Feed the Birds. It was his favorite song that they ever made. It's from the movie Mary Poppins, and the Sherman brothers wrote this song. They are one of my they're two people, so they're two of my favorite composers, or musicians, I guess, I don't know what to call them, writers, and I absolutely love them, Richard and Dick Sherman. No, that's the same name, Richard and Bob Sherman. They wrote a number of songs for Disney. They did most of the soundtrack for Mary Poppins. They've done Winnie the Pooh, they did Jungle Book, they've done Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which is not a Disney movie, but it's one of my favorite childhood movies. A number of films. They've done all the great. But they wrote this song, Feed the Birds. And Walt Disney decided it was his favorite song because it's an incredible song. It really wraps up the movie, and it's just like very sweet and very heartwarming song. It's very beautiful. And so sometimes after work, particularly on Fridays after like a long day, he would call in Richard Sherman. Richard did the piano and Bob does like the lyrics. So he'd call in Richard Sherman to his office, or he'd go to their office and he'd be like, play it. Like he just would, Richard knew what he was talking about. He's talked about it in many interviews before. And he would just be like, play it. And Richard Sherman would play Feed the Birds for him, which I just think is the sweetest thing in the world. It's just like two old men just sitting there playing their song. Anyway, which I just think is really sweet. Richard Sherman actually played the song at Walt Disney's funeral for him, and he is the only person who's allowed to play Walt Disney's piano that still sits in his office. It's the same piano he played back in the 60s when he wrote that song, and I think he only plays Feed the Birds, I would assume. I don't know. I don't think he does it very often. I think he only does it at special occasions. Richard Sherman is quite old now. But he is a beautiful pianist, and he does a beautiful job with that song. And Walt loved that song. So that's Walt Disney's favorite song, if anyone's wondering. So that's my 5 fun facts for you. I hope you enjoyed them. I can do more of this if you'd like. I know so many facts about Disney. I have a series coming up that I'm currently planning of doing fun facts of Disney movies. So if anyone has any requests or any specific movie they want, I'm going to do a drawing with them, which is super fun. I'm trying to combine my 2 interests. So look forward to that. I'm currently editing one that should be out soon. So look forward to that, and have a good day. Go watch a Disney movie. Enjoy December 5th. Thanks. See you later.